So hey guys, happy Friday. I am officially on my countdown to moving to Florida, but I'm still doing some Flashback Friday videos for you guys in the meantime before I make it to Florida. And today we are going to feature my very first visit to Howl-o-Scream. So I thought this video was fitting because just a couple days ago, Busch Gardens announced that they are actually holding Howl-o-Scream at Busch Gardens Tampa this year, which I did not think was going to happen, but somehow they're going to make it happen. They've said there's not going to be any houses, so it's just going to be scare zones and entertainment. Very curious to see what their plan is to execute this, but when I asked you guys for video suggestions, this is one of the videos that was requested, so I figured I'd go ahead and react to my Howl-o-Scream video from 2014. It's my first time ever going to Howl-o-Scream. I had resisted going for many years because I'm a Howling Horror Nights fan and I just didn't think I would like Howl-o-Scream. I went in very skeptical, and as you'll see from this video, I was turned into a Howl-o-Scream fan. So let's jump into it. Let's watch my very first Howl-o-Scream experience, see what fun ensues.
Hey guys, I'm on a mini vacation in Tampa because we are here for Howl-o-Scream. My very first time ever going to Howl-o-Scream, and I'm very excited about it. So we're gonna meet up with
excited
Brittany
and nervous.
Kyle and Jordan, and it's gonna be my very first
The crew!
experience. You guys ready? I am. Here we are! Howl-o-Scream! We're in Busch Gardens with Brittany. Kyle, oh, he was prepared. Kyle and Jordan, who's still putting on his wristband. Well, we've made it for Howl-o-Scream, and we're early, so we're gonna try to dash over to Falcon's Fury and see if
Before I
these crazies
upgraded
can
my
ride it.
camera.
Before the
So it's probably gonna be pretty dark in parts.
Oh god. Oh god. You guys are crazy.
This is when I was still a Falcon's Fury
Poor
chicken.
Jordan. Oh, the sun's like blocking you completely.
I think it was this the first time going on it?
No, stop videotaping me.
Look how scared Jordan is. Oh my god.
We're all teasing
Okay,
Jordan.
So we made it to
Meanwhile,
Falcon's Fury
I wasn't even going on
before the
it.
park closes. I have everyone's stuff. I have like her armband, like an extra thing of sunglasses now, and everyone's phone.
Fashionable.
And I'm gonna sit here while they go on this crazy ride because I'm not insane.
Apparently I am,
Ready for
because
the
I have
scale?
been on it multiple
Here we
times
go.
since then. But I let them go be the guinea pigs first. Not gonna lie, it's still terrifying.
Wow.
That's the worst part of it. Going
for
up
it.
is the worst part, and then the leaning, that part's the easy part. The drop is the easy part. You're so excited to drop because the gravity is pulling on you so hard.
They are in the spot that's probably
that
the hardest for me to
the drop
vlog
feels like
because
nothing.
They're gonna be on that side, and the tent is here. But I'm gonna try to get them. There they are. There's the crazies.
They look so calm.
smiling
Well,
at
Brittany
the
does at
moment.
least.
For now.
I know Jordan
There
was
they
nervous. What have I done?
With a close up on mine and the wide on hers. There they go.
Pretty proud of myself for that shot, considering the tiny little camera I had. Not bad.
Whoa. All I can see is their feet now.
Not too bad, little cannon. Look at that.
See their
Oh,
scared faces?
no, you can't. Not at all. Like I'm telling you, that is the worst part of it. That part, easy. That part's fun. In fact, the first time I went on it, I did it twice in a row because I was so scared the first time. I wanted to go a second time when I wasn't so scared.
Brittany was shaking when she got off. I think she's better now,
It
but
was a lot more shaky like this.
but they all enjoyed it.
It's definitely nerve-wracking
Jordan
the
actually
first
said it was
time.
his favorite in the park, which
Agreed. Me too.
wow,
I still don't agree with that.
shocking.
Hands down.
Definitely.
Best ride here.
Better than sheep.
No,
Wow,
Better than sheep.
that is shocking.
not for me.
We're gonna try to get Liz to go on it. I think we can convince her.
I
It's
think
it's really.
I
it's
am
not that
not as
bad.
much of an adrenaline junkie. I like enjoyable experiences, and it's definitely the most adrenaline in the park. But
I am.
I prefer
I'm
cheetah
old.
hunt.
Why are
A
the
nice,
flamingos
fun
so
experience.
smelly? Every time
Oh,
we have
the
to walk by
flamingos.
here, the flamingos are so smelly.
If you've never been to Busch Gardens, just put it out there. Very stinky flamingos.
They're so bad.
This is the scariest part of the night right here. Is the flamingo.
Forget like the poop smell from Dollhouse. This is so much worse than the poop smell. So we're waiting here outside Gwazi because the first house we want to go to is right here. So we're locked out the gates, and Brittany's dancing. She doesn't know that I'm filming.
Check that off the list. Brittany dancing. We're good.
That was just.
What she does when she gets bored, she just starts dancing.
Dances all the time. It's not just for the camera. It's like her natural state. Woohoo! We're partially in. The first part.
The crew had been to Howl-o-Scream before, so Brittany knew what she was doing, getting there early and knowing which houses to start with.
Fog.
So I was just following her lead at this point.
We're going to the Circus of Superstition 3D, right next to Gwazi. Hope you guys like clowns.
Wacky inflatable arms.
Crazy about that whatsoever.
The Noodle Squad.
Little clown man.
This guy was hilarious.
I'm gonna have 20 minutes of footage of this guy because amusing himself.
Pretty much.
It's gonna be great. Okay, it's starting to get dark now, finally. Almost done.
So basically they let you get in line even though it's not open yet. So we were basically the first people in line, just waiting for the park to open so we could go in houses. So that's why we were staying there long enough for it to get dark. Ooh, that quality footage. We're everywhere.
So we just did the clown superstition house.
Probably also editing issues where I was probably still using iMovie.
That was
So not
pretty
the
good.
most sophisticated
I mean,
editing
clown 3D
software.
houses, you know, have kind of a limit on how crazy they're going to be, but there were some surprising scares in there, and there was a frog room, and I'm definitely afraid of frogs.
I'm so glad that frog room is gone.
In the room, and then there were bungee people, and that scared the crap out of me. So awesome.
Brittany was way
Now
too
it's like
excited
we're
about that
going
frog
to the
bungee
basement, I'm
room.
guessing?
Way too excited.
Go into the basement.
Kyle's favorite.
Kyle's excited for the basement.
I don't even know what it is.
I don't either. Creepy bushes.
When you guys go in the house, you check your
That queue is always just naturally scary just because you really are going through the bushes. I love that they do that still. Horror Nights doesn't do the sparks anymore.
We just did
All
the
it is a
basement.
shovel on concrete.
That was pretty dang good. I'm pretty impressed with Howl-o-Scream so far. I must say, like, that was a long house.
First
There were some
impression's
great
going
scares
well.
In there, some really unexpected things. Like, Howl-o-Scream is impressing me right now.
giant sewer rat. For
Yeah, a giant sewer rat. Was not expecting that. Some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The thing about Howl-o-Scream is they have a lot more
Something's
freedom,
happening
the
here.
actors do.
Oh,
So
and it screams.
I remember
Oh,
a
it's just
guy
creepy
walking
stuff.
towards us through a maze that they had in the basement. Maybe that's the second time we went through it later on. But you're not expecting to see an actor coming towards you and actually like walking towards and through the line.
I feel like there should
It's
be
just
someone in there.
really fun stuff that they do at Howl-o-Scream.
what happens to all the kids that get lost in the lake.
Did we get any bungee scares
favorite
this year?
time
There's
in
always
Christmas Town.
bungees.
Just
Oh,
a
no,
couple
we didn't.
lanterns for now.
They like to
All
hide
the good
bungee
ones are
people
up
in
there.
those bushes.
We know.
I know
Okay,
you
we're
walk
going
into a big
to Deadfall.
Oh, this house was so
Now.
good. Oh,
I am excited.
I don't know if I talk about it,
Okay, now you can actually read.
but this is one of my best haunted house experiences ever.
We just did Deadfall, and that was awesome too. I really like that. That's definitely my kind of house. I really like the creepy, eerie ones. It was all like ghosts and like children ghosts and asking to play with them. And there's some really good hidden scares in there. Again, very creative scares. We were pretty much going through on our own. It was pretty much the four of us, which you never get to do at Horror Nights anymore. And that
Very
was
true.
awesome because Jordan was having to lead the way, and it was kind of hard to tell where we were going sometimes, which is again something that doesn't really happen at Horror Nights anymore. It was awesome. I'm thoroughly impressed.
There was a point in that walkthrough
Also,
where it was
really
actually scary because it was so
quietness
quiet.
within a house.
Yes.
Like it was just silent.
Kyle's
Like you
talking
walk
about
through a room and it's just like, where's all the noise or something like that?
We were
Yeah, there was
freaked
one
out
where we were
because
walking
there
through
was
and I actually said to Brittany,
quiet.
like, it's
Yeah, that is not something that happens at Halloween Horror Nights.
completely silent.
There's some sort of soundtrack or sound effect happening in the entire house.
They're really loud and it's not as bad, but this one was just scary. You're like, okay, why? Why?
What's gonna
Why?
happen? What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like I said,
It was
only the four
great.
of us,
It was
so
so
wasn't
eerie
even,
and
like, screams
wonderful.
going on because it was just the four of us.
Yeah, that was awesome because it was we didn't have
Definitely
to pay
the
to go
moment
through
that
our
sold
own
me
house.
on
We just
Howl-o-Scream.
did.
It's still rare to get to go
Cool.
through houses
I'm
alone
impressed.
there.
Houses down.
You have a better odds of it,
Alright, got Club
but
Cloud over there.
that experience was just so good.
Anybody? Club, go
A
for it.
classic
Somebody,
Brittany
Kyle,
moment
dance.
here.
Somebody dance. Somebody.
We happened to be there on a very quiet night, so I think this is probably the most quiet Howl-o-Scream we've ever been to. We went on, I think, a weeknight, and it was very early on in the run. So don't expect this. I don't know about this year, but in the future years if you go, don't expect it to be quite this quiet.
Oh my god, this is zombie
Another
bumper
favorite thing
cars.
that they do at Howl-o-Scream, the zombie
You guys heard that
bumper
correctly.
cars.
Zombie bumper cars. See?
Brilliant.
This guy might already be doomed. She's like going for him before they've even
The commitment of the Busch Gardens actors. I mean, really, look at that. A+.
Oh my god, I love this.
Busch Gardens, for their Howl-o-Scream, they actually have to audition, so you do get a very different caliber of actor at Busch Gardens. Not everyone is fantastic, just like happens at Horror Nights, but you get people who really, really, really want to be there because they have to actually audition. It's not just a type out.
You're doomed.
They get really into it. We didn't do it this year because the line was way too long, but I think we did it the following year, so I'll link that video where we actually did the zombie bumper cars, and it was hysterical. Get her!
Oh girl.
Oh no, oh no.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
Agreed.
I wonder if they get whiplash from just being in bumper cars all night God damn, I smacked right in here.
Love it. Love the commitment. So good. Talk about a fun job too.
Got a little something hanging.
Oh my god. That is amazing, Busch Gardens. Amazing. Best idea ever. Okay, well, we've been found a scare zone.
Scare zones
Got
at
some
Busch Gardens
vampires.
are a little random. Sometimes there's roaming hordes, sometimes there's actually
zombies. You got
zones,
zombies
but they're
and
usually
vampires.
the weaker part of
They're
the event.
polite.
You have to remember they're very much low budget compared to Horror Nights.
Yeah, this is the zombie mortuary, right, Brittany?
This was a good house.
Zombie mortuary, where we're headed next. Fourth house. Just watched zombie bumper cars. I'm thoroughly in love with this event at the moment. Oh my god, there's actually a line for the first time. I know. We're being dramatic. There's a line, a 5-minute long line. Oh my god.
Well, I don't think I talked about it,
That's awesome.
but very good house. They do a lot of these photo ops, which is neat.
That's awesome.
Zombie mortuary, surprisingly, very great. It was a very
So
scenic
this
house.
house, you get a gun. It's like laser tag with zombies.
Another one of my favorite
Our
house
Men in Black
experiences
skills
ever.
are really
Can
gonna
use
come in
our
handy
Men in
here.
Black skills.
Us Galaxy Defenders. We're gonna rock this. Zombies aren't gonna know what hit them. Alright, there's fog, but I don't
So I'm
think
running
there's
into the
anybody
issue that I
scared
do
yet,
at
'cause I
Horror
haven't heard any
Nights.
yelling.
I'm gonna pause for a
Where they all
minute.
are.
This is what happens to me at Horror Nights too, is we come out of a house and it's hard to film and walk through scare zones, so I forget to talk about a house. That house was a laser tag style house, so you got a gun and the zombies had little targets on them and you ran through in groups and it was like being in a video game. And it was so hysterical, the four of us running together, Jordan kind of like taking up the back and making sure like the back of us was protected. and if you shot their target, it glowed, I think, red for a little bit, and you knew you were safe, and they would back off, and as soon as it was blinking again, they would start charging you. Super fun experience. It wasn't that scary up until the very end. It was like a long corridor. There was a bunch of them. You know, it's your finale, so it's a lot of zombies. There was a guy on the ground, and he started crawling at Brittany and I, and we were trying to shoot him, but his target was pretty close to the ground because he's crawling. And so he's just like coming at us, and we're shooting and we're screaming and we're jumping, and basically ran out of the final room of the house. One of my best memories of a haunted house. That's the thing about Howl-o-Scream, is you get such creative, different experiences because the crowds are much lower. They have a low budget, so they have to be creative, and there's no IPs. So they can do whatever they want, and they don't have to rely on IPs. Look, I love Horror Nights, but I love Howl-o-Scream too. Completely different experience. Love both of them. So I will press play now again.
But there's creepy music. Yeah, there's creepy music. How cute. It's like candy corn. Adorbs. Alright, so I'm cutting into
I think I am going to tell the story.
Because Jordan's about to do a reenactment of his walkthrough of zombie containment. So
one of my favorite Jordan moments in the vlogs ever.
Here we go. This is Jordan. Zombie containment.
One of my favorite Jordan moments in the vlog ever. You can tell I'm dying. I'm literally dying laughing.
Down now. Like, yep, that was it. Yep. So zombie containment was a lot of fun. So it was like a laser tag with the zombies. We all got guns, and they had little targets on their chests, and you got to shoot them. And Kyle was in the front, so he pretty much shot everybody. But Brittany and I were just kind of like going through like badasses, and then Jordan, at first he was in front of me, and then about 2 rooms in, he's like, "Go, Liz, I'll protect you!" And it's all like covering up here and covering the back, and went all commando. Is awesome.
You just couldn't help but get into it.
So basically, is what she's saying is that if there is a zombie apocalypse, you want Jordan on your team.
Yeah.
Because he'll protect you.
Yeah. He's not like every man for himself.
I believe that.
Get out of here. The kid from the trail last year. Every man for himself. Make a run for it. No. Jordan protected us.
Did you just quote that little kid?
Yes, I was quoting the kid. Now it's time for Blood Asylum. There's actually a line.
This house,
not too bad.
no.
I'm excited.
This is the house I was expecting all of Howl-o-Scream to be. This is the perception I had of Howl-o-Scream, was this house. It was gross. There's blood like everywhere. There's poop on the walls. Not real poop, but you know what I'm saying. It's just a lot of the drop doors, very drop door heavy, just gory, gross. They got rid of it after this year. It was the oldest house there at the time, and it definitely needed to be replaced.
And they don't do anymore.
It was old and gross and terrible. So this house,
You can actually learn more about the house while you wait. What a novel idea.
I do like the cute videos. Horror Nights used to do that, but
most believable wig ever.
terrible experience.
So
I hated this
Blood
house so
Asylum
much.
was terrible. Blood Asylum was really bad. That's kind of what I was expecting for all of Howl-o-Scream. That was just not good. I'm hearing screams. Whoa. That was loud.
Sliders or Busch people?
Time for the Deathwater Bayou. So last
Another
house.
fantastic house.
Yeah, Blood Asylum was just
I've done it for many years now.
but not
If
really
you don't know,
scary. All those scares were pretty
Howl-o-Scream
predictable,
keeps their houses for
whereas
years.
all the rest of the houses we've seen have been really creative. So there wasn't really anything to look at other than like blood and guts and poop. Literally, there was poop.
You saw the poop?
Yeah, there was poop.
In the toilet. It was like a log.
The very first room had poop on the walls too.
Oh, it smelled like pee. I know that.
Yeah, the very first room had like poop thrown on the walls.
The year I went, there was a really good scare actor in the first room.
This is, I think, the longest line
We jumped on
we
the
waited
table
in.
and I was
Oh my
like, I peed my pants. It's really funny.
Yeah, there was none of that this time.
I was sad he wasn't there.
It was not good. I would not recommend that one. Signs. And a porch.
This house, however, definite recommend. This footage is terrible. I have better footage of it from the later years. pretty great.
What'd she say?
So we did zombie containment a second time because it was Jordan's favorite. And that walkthrough was so much better than the first time. We got a different cast.
This
They were
must be
so
the one I was
intense.
thinking of.
We put Jordan in the front. So Jordan and Kyle were in the front and me and Brittany were in the back, and all the zombies kept coming after us. Like I turn around and their thing wouldn't be going anymore and they'd be chasing after me. And the final room there was like a guy like crawling on the ground after me. And then the very final scene, like all of a sudden these 3 zombies came after Brittany and I, and like we basically ran out into the final room like, get us out of here! Like,
You have to let me show everyone how we were trying to shoot the zombie on the ground.
hold on a second. Let's get an open spot. Brittany's gonna reenact.
This is how we were trying to shoot the guy that was like on the ground calling at us.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty much
exactly.
what Brittany and I did through that whole
Very
room.
accurate.
He was crawling at our feet. Ooh. Scary, and I couldn't shoot him because his target was on the ground. It wasn't fair, but it was awesome. Now I can say that's the first time a zombie's ever actually scared me, because zombies are not normally scary for me. Those were scary. We are doing Deadfall again because it is my favorite, and I am very excited to see it.
I don't know why they only did that house for 2 years. It was by far their best house, and they only did it 2 years, and then they replaced it with Black Spot, which was terrible. Very, very dark at Howl-o-Scream. Busch Gardens doesn't have much lighting, so they put people in ghillie suits
The Bushmen.
in the bushes.
Busch Gardens, Bush.
That's why I'm saying bush people.
That was all.
They're in ghillie suits, they're in the bushes, they're terrifying. They get me every time.
Oh, I wish I'd been filming that. 2 girls just went running.
Bro, there has to be a house by here somewhere. Like for these things.
Thank you.
I'm not sure I get any footage of them in this, but we'll see. Probably not with this camera. I definitely did in later years. Oh yeah, we're done. We're in the gift shop at this point.
Howl-o-Scream stuff. So I'm getting the t-shirt that has all the houses on the back.
Would have worn it tonight,
But they have a whole.
but I
this
already
one is
packed
all,
it.
like, themed.
It's already packed for Florida.
It's like all decorated. It's pretty sweet. And that's lovely. So this is the entrance. I think I just missed the end.
I like that they still do very themed entrances.
They're done.
There's usually some sort of character or scare actors out there right at the beginning.
Brittany and crew just dropped me off at my hotel.
Because we're so nice.
So goodbye. Oops. Oh, yep, there we go.
And with a
So
Kyle
everyone
face.
agrees Deadfall was the best?
Yes.
Deadfall.
For sure.
Deadfall. Excellent. All right. Bye, guys. Drive safe.
Bye-bye.
At least it's not an hour drive, like or an hour and a half drive, like it normally
Yeah.
is.
They don't have as far to go this time because they're in Tampa, so. All right. Bye. Bye.
I was living in Orlando at the time, so I just got a hotel for the night.
So I am back in my hotel room after really an amazing night at Howl-o-Scream. That was so much better than I was expecting. Obviously, I'm a diehard Horror Nights fan. I've been going to Horror Nights since 2001. I've only missed 2 years in that entire time, and I've never been to Howl-o-Scream. I just, everything I've always heard about Howl-o-Scream was that, it didn't have the budget of Horror Nights and it just couldn't compare. And so I was definitely biased against it because of that. I was definitely like, a Horror Night snob. And honestly, the past 3 years of Horror Nights have been kind of disappointing to me. I like really original creative houses with creative scares. And I feel like the past 3 years at Horror Nights have been very IP heavy and geared towards bringing in as much of the general public for Walking Dead.
That hasn't
and
changed
these,
thanks to Stranger
horror movies
Things.
as possible. And the crowds are getting insane, where even on non-peak nights you can't really enjoy it. So tonight at Howl-o-Scream, it was a breath of fresh air. The longest wait all night was like 30 minutes. The majority of the time, the first like 4 houses we did, we walked right into. As the night went on, it got to like 25, 30-minute waits. We were able to do all 7 houses that are free with your, well, they're not free, but free with your admission ticket. There's an 8th house that's an upcharge. We did not do that
They
one.
did an alone house
we did
that
the
year.
7 that are included
So
with
that was the
admission.
upcharge.
And we did 2 of those a second time. We did the zombie containment and we did Deadfall We did both of those a second time. I was blown away by the houses. I definitely came in with lower expectations because I had heard that it wasn't as good as Horror Nights, but I feel like as a longtime Horror Nights fan, it just reminded me of what Horror Nights was like 10 years ago.
Exactly. And I will still stand by that.
Horror Nights relied on drop doors, and there's a lot of drop doors in Howl-o-Scream.
If you want to see what Horror Nights was like,
Horror Nights is all triggers. It's
a long time ago.
They hit a pedal,
go to
a
Howl-o-Scream.
sound effect happens. Half the time I get scared at Horror Nights is because there's a sound effect that's so loud that I can't help but jump. And I will say that Howl-o-Scream had a lot of the drop doors that made me jump just because they're so loud when they drop. But most of the actors, the things they said were their own.
Yeah, that's another thing about Howl-o-Scream.
You know, they
don't have triggers.
And they said things to you.
They're allowed to
because
improv.
They didn't have a trigger, so they had to act. In fact, the second house we went through the basement, it was great because all the actors were actually acting. It wasn't just boo, hide again, boo, hide again. They were actually following us through and talking to us and acting with us. So
I stand by all of these statements 6 years later.
Creative scares with bungees. There's 2 houses that use bungee scares, and like all of a sudden these guys like came flying out of nowhere on a bungee and then like swung back out, and I was not expecting that at all. And it scared the crap out of me both times. The Deathwater Bayou I thought was great. Deadfall was great. The basement was definitely gory. It's kind of a
basement didn't last long.
Again.
I think it was back the next year and then gone after that.
It was a very long house. Zombie containment, super basic. That was all just because it was such a novel idea of basically playing laser tag with zombies, and the actors were
not much in sets
really
for that
it.
one.
Like I said, the second walkthrough, those guys were like crawling on the ground, full-fledged chasing after us. Nothing you would see at Horror Nights anymore. The only one I didn't like was Blood Asylum, and I know that's been around for a few years. If you're not familiar with Howl-o-Scream, one of the downsides of Howl-o-Scream is that they repeat houses. So they'll have like
it's a downside,
same
but I would say as someone who has now gone
year,
multiple times,
and they'll replace like 3.
That
and apparently Blood Asylum
they
has been
do
there for
change
a few
something
years.
about the house every year,
It did not
and you're going to get a
before.
different cast every year, so it's
Finally
still going to
see
be
the
different.
infamous
You're going to have a different
Busch
experience,
scare
even though you're
actors
familiar with the
from Busch
sets.
Gardens. That's something I've always heard about Howl-o-Scream, is that they've got, because it's such like a jungle and you walk through the park, they've got actors that are camouflaged in the bushes. So you'll be walking through and all of a sudden one of the bushes like pops out at you. So I did finally see those. I had a blast. It brought back some really great memories of what Horror Nights used to be for me, and I will absolutely be coming back. Even if they repeat those houses, like, I really enjoy those houses. I wouldn't mind going through again. Like, I am definitely a new fan. I'm kind of sold, especially if Horror Nights is going to continue this trend of doing only IP and getting worse and worse and worse as far as crowds. I would gladly return to Howl-o-Scream for a cheaper ticket with no lines. So I'm sure this is a long video already, but if you guys have any questions about Howl-o-Scream or anything else you'd like me to answer, comment down below or tweet me, and I will answer your questions as best as I can. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys again sometime soon. Bye.
If you're not familiar, I 100% stood by this. I returned to Howl-o-Scream in 2015. I actually flew back for it in 2016. In 2017, it was Brittany's bachelorette, so I flew back for it again. In 2018, we sacrificed a night of Halloween Horror Nights so that Mike and Jeff and I could go for their first Howl-o-Scream experience. It didn't work out for us to go in 2019, so we didn't go last year, but I went every year after that up until last year. Obviously, I would have gone this year if conditions were different. I do not plan to go for the Scare Zone experience. I just don't think it's worth the risk. I will gladly be attending in 2021 and will likely have a season pass to Howl-o-Scream as well as Horror Nights, because we'll be local. So we'll be in the Tampa area. I will gladly go to Busch Gardens just for a couple hours, go through some scare zones, watch some sliders, enjoy a couple houses, leave for the night, and also, of course, you know, I'll be at Horror Nights as much as I can. So definitely looking forward to the 2021 haunt season, being back in Florida. Hope you guys enjoyed this fun little trip down memory lane for my first Howl-o-Scream experience. If you have any other videos you'd like me to watch and react to in the coming weeks, let me know down below, and I will see you guys again next week for another Flashback Friday. That's not Halloween related. I've got a couple weekly vlog requests, so I'm gonna go ahead and do one of those for next week, but I will see you guys with more Halloween stuff in 2 weeks. Bye.